Alright, this is Andrew Jelly with Jota Home Inspections. Today is July 29th, 2021. And we're doing a sewer scope here at 141 North 7th Street in Ogden. We've got the camera pushed out only 44 feet. What you're seeing here on the screen is a backwater valve. This is basically a one-way valve or a flap, so that water and waste can go out your sewer line, but it's less likely for it to back up. When you have these, you're supposed to have access to them so that you can scope the line, so that if they break or if they get stuck, you can unclog it easily. I didn't see access to it, and so the first thing would be to ask the seller if there is proper access to it, and then at that point I could come back, remove the backwater valve, the flap, and then scope the rest of the line. But right now we're not seeing really much of the line at all. I'm going to pull it back and record this little bit that we can see. I think it's good that you did the scope because this is still important. It's a good find to see that you have a backwater valve and might not have access to it. That's not a good thing. So what you're seeing here on the screen is a little bit of standing water, it looks like. And that's, you have the backwater valve basically at this 90. And so I went through the roof stack, it made a turn, and then you had the backwater valve without any access to it. I think that this house might have a crawl space that I'm not finding an access for. I could see a vent outside, just based on the upstairs square footage compared to what's downstairs. I think there's a good chance that there's a crawl space that either has an access that's covered by carpet, or maybe the access on the outside was eliminated. You want to have access to that crawl space. There's a lot that we're not able to see without being able to get down there. That's also possibly where the access is for this backwater valve. You did have a little bit of cast iron right before you had the backwater valve. I would be curious to see if you have cast iron going all the way out to the street. The issue with cast iron is it'll get very rough and rusty, and it'll eventually need to be replaced because it can catch on debris, and then that can create a blockage and lead to a backup. I also didn't see an access for the sewer inside the house. I went through a roof stack, which is generally not a huge issue, but with this house, it's such a steep roof where the sewer stack is, and so it would be good to have another access point other than the toilet. You can always pull a toilet, but that's very difficult to then have to reset the toilet just to scope the line. So I'm going to end this recording now.